Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcoming my best friend and brother, Clancy Johnston, for his retirement address titled Speak Life.
Oh, there we go. All right. How are you? This is a pretty normal greeting we give to one another. There's some days where we can truly say, I'm great, life is good, and I'm happy. And then there's other days that are frankly pretty crappy. Our dog died. We spent hours studying for a test that we didn't get a very good grade on, and we're having trouble with failing. But you know what we say? We say, oh, I'm okay, I'm good. But how we long for a hug, a warm embrace, a kind word, or anything to make our days just a little bit better. But the people around us seem too busy, too preoccupied to speak the life that we need. This is a normal picture for so many of us in the room. Sometimes we're the ones that need the hug, and other times we're the ones that are too caught up in the habitual jungle of everyday life. And you may think, it's not really a big deal. But we were made for more than jogging days and going through emotions. We were made to speak life with every action we take, every word we say. Let's take a look up at the screen from a quote by Pastor William Mann. In every encounter, we either give or we drain. There is no neutral exchange. Soak that in. So in every encounter we have with people, we either build them up or we tear them down. There is no neutral. This fall, I started college at Boise State University, much to some of your ag teachers' dismay. The more time I spent on campus, the more people I noticed who were broken and alone. And so a t-shirt in my a t-shirt in my closet sparked an idea. Free Hug Mondays, every Monday right here. TGIM, thank goodness it's Monday, because it's Free Hug Monday, every Monday right here. And so Free Hug Mondays on the quad of Boise State campus became a thing. The first 2 weeks, I was convinced that I was the dorkiest kid on campus. And some of your ag teachers right now are like, yep, that's the BSU kid. Although it took a lot of courage at first, it began to pay off. The more hugs I gave, the more crazy life stories I heard. I found out that I shared hugs with people who had been abused, lost family members, struggled with depression, and hundreds of others too proud to complain. But don't let me fool you. Oh, and over 1,000 hugs were given last fall. While you may not want to give 1,000 hugs, sometimes a simple hello is enough. But don't let me fool you. Speaking life isn't easy. It's hard. It's tedious. And it requires a lot of patience sometimes. This year, I had the opportunity to meet a 14-year-old boy. Let's call him CJ. I met CJ at an FFA event, and he was the type that was a little bit different. He was clingy, cussed a lot, and then those around him treated him differently. And after this FFA event, I had a choice. Was I going to speak life into him, or was I going to tear him down by treating him differently or ignoring him altogether? After a heated debate between my angel and my hooligan, I decided to speak life. That night, we had to come to Facebook and Instagram. At first, I was like, oh no, dude, don't do it. Don't look at time out in a huddle. But although he could be a bit annoying, I decided it might be alright, and so I hit accept. After we officially became friends, he messaged me incessantly, one after another. I was getting a little annoyed and was ready to unfriend him, and then I looked through his profile, and it hit me. I realized that maybe he just needed a friend. I realized that I've been in his shoes before too. Have you ever felt like you're alone in this world? Like you've got no friends? Have you ever been insecure? Been hurt by those close to you and left empty? That's exactly where CJ was in that moment. And the more I put myself in his shoes, I saw a boy who was depressed, constantly turned away from, and someone who was hurt every day by the words, judgments, of others at school. So, a couple weeks later, I was shopping for some FFA clothes, which for Clancy means dancing obnoxiously in JCP. Because I'm all about that bit. No trouble! All of a sudden, I heard a voice. Hey, Clancy! I turned around and sure enough, a little surprised when I said, hey, CJ, how are you, man? A conversation ensued for about an hour. We talked about life, about God, and about school. I listened as he told me about how he longed for someone to just listen, to care, and to speak life. Sure enough, he struggled severely with depression. In fact, he told me about how he thought multiple times about bringing a gun to school. And I quote, blowing his brains out in front of the entire school. All the way home I cried. I cried because he was 14. I cried because I saw the hurt in his eyes. I cried because the kids at school don't know what effect their words and actions have upon him. And I cried because too many times I have selfishly chosen to speak emptiness into people instead of life. And I cried because on the way to the store, I prayed to God, Lord, I only see how valuable CJ is in your eyes. And an hour later, he was standing right next to me. And I cried because he thought the only way to get the kids at school to care about him was to kill himself. And there are hundreds of others in Idaho's high schools that are just like CJ. And chances are they probably sit right next to you in class. So for all the people like CJ, like you, like me, listen up. Ask yourself this question. With every action I take and every word I speak, do I choose to speak life or emptiness? FFA members, it's easy to love our friends, but it's hard to speak life to those that our peers treat nothing but dirt. Do you choose to speak life anyway? Ag teachers, your heart for students isn't defined by how you treat the regular student, but rather how you care for the ones that treat you with no respect and constantly act out. Do you choose to speak life anyway? And parents, your parental abilities aren't defined by how you treat your kids when they're getting all A's and doing just what you say. They're defined by when they're hurting and broken and lost and confused. Do you choose to speak life anyway? Friends, speaking life is hard. It takes a lot of love. It takes a lot of patience. And it takes an instinct within ourselves. But every person in this room, every person in this world has incredible value. Every single person on this earth was made for a purpose. Every person should be treated with love and dignity and honor. We don't need any more people that are speaking emptiness to people. We need people who are in the dirt with those who are hurt and broken and lost and need the love of God. We run towards the broken. We run towards the hurting. We run towards the confused. We don't turn away from them. We run towards them. We're here to love them and hold them and defend them and think well of them and speak well of them and believe the best. Idaho FFA, speak life into the broken. Speak life into the hurting. Choose to speak life. To speak life.
Clancy, from your extremely cheesy jokes to inspiring motivational one-on-one talks, you have been able to touch different lives, not just mine or people in the Newport chapter, but people from all over the state, and we thank you for that. Ms. Chairman, I move that we accept Clancy Johnston's retirement address entitled Speak Life and commend him on a job exceptionally well done.
Let the conference minutes show that Clancy Johnston's retiring address entitled Speak Life is unanimously accepted, and that he is to be commended on a job exceptionally well done. Thank you, Clancy. You've always been there for all of us, whether we just